we present the winners of the Blind Boone Essay Contest. I'm going to bring out a young lady to kind of narrate the proceedings and run the show for the next 20 minutes or so. Come on out.
We are very fortunate here in Columbia to have such a wonderful fine arts loving community. And I'm Pam Sisson, and I'm the music teacher at Grant Elementary. And we love Blind Boone at Grant Elementary. And we're very fortunate to be a part of the Blind Boone Essay Contest. And we have 3 young ladies who submitted their essays for the contest. And they're here to read 1 or 2 of the essays. I'm going to ask the ladies to come out. And they wrote a 1-page essay. They wrote a 1-page essay about Blind Boone's life. And then the second page, they wrote about a person who exemplified Blind Boone's motto, which was merit, not sympathy, wins. And so some of them are going to read 1 essay, and some of them are going to read both of them. So I want to let the girls introduce themselves. And my friend here is from Grant School.
My name is Olivia Johnson.
And another Grant student.
Apple Fitz.
And this student is from Paxton Keeley.
Caitlin Wiggins.
All right, so ladies, if you'd like to go first. All right, Olivia's going to go first.
Do you know who Blind Boone is? If you don't, I'm really surprised. He was a really good piano player. He was also blind. He composed his own music. When Blind Boone was 6 months old, he got brain fever. The fever affected his eyes. The doctors had to remove his infected eyes. Then they had to sew his eyelids shut to save his life. For the rest of his life, he was blind. That didn't affect his piano playing, though. He could repeat any piece of music that anyone played. One time, Blind Boone played in a competition with Blind Tom. Blind Boone won the competition. Blind Boone played a piece of music called the Marshfield Tornado. He had heard about a tornado that destroyed Marshfield. Blind Boone was going to play in Marshfield next. So he composed a piece of music that sounded like the tornado. The piece of music had lots of crashes like thunder and sounds like rain. Blind Boone hoped it would make the people happy, but it only made them scared. They ran away from the courthouse where everyone had gathered. Those are some reasons why Blind Boone was awesome. I would write more, but I don't have enough space. Now do you know who Blind Boone is?
Have you ever heard of Blind Boone? He was an amazing man. He was a blind pianist. One of the most important parts of his life was when he was 6 months old. His mother, Rachel Boone, stared at her baby boy, John William Blind Boone. Then she looked at the doctor. He really has brain fever? She asked the doctor. I believe so, Miss Boone. It will kill him if we don't do something. What can you do? Rachel asked, holding back tears. The only thing we can do is remove his eyes. She thought for a long while and then said, if it will save his life, he will have the surgery. After a while, 6-month-old Willie came out of the surgery room with his eyelids stitched shut. He was fine. John Boone grew to be a fine man and a great pianist.
on May 17, 1864. When Willie John was only 6 months old, he suffered from an illness called brain fever. The only cure led to blindness. Willie's mom, Rachel, moved to Lawrenceburg and got married to Henderson Hendricks. Willie's parents needed to send Willie to school. People back then did not have much money, and Willie's parents couldn't afford to send him. Some Lawrenceburg residents who had heard Willie play before lent them money for Willie to go to Missouri School for the Blind in St. Louis. Willie got kicked out of school, so he played in a band of street musicians. In December 1879, Boone met John Lang Jr. John wanted to make Boone a musician, and so he started the Blind Boone Tour Company. Boone's musician name was Blind Boone. The Blind Boone Tour Company had traveled many long tour seasons until John Lang died in 1916 at the age of 76. Boone went to his brother's house after his last performance because he hadn't been feeling good. Later after that, Boone died of a heart attack at the age of 63. The Blind Boone Tour Company made $132.65 in 47 touring seasons. Boone's most repeating phrase was "Merit, not sympathy wins." Kyle Maynard was born on March 24th, 1986, with a rare condition known as congenital amputation, where fibrous bands prevent the development of fetal limbs. Maynard decided to pursue involvement in sports. First in youth league football, then he wrestled in high school, at the end of his senior year ultimately winning 36 matches. He went on to attend the University of Georgia and was part of their wrestling team, but left shortly afterward to promote his book and pursue a speaking career. In 2005, Maynard wrote an autobiography, No Excuses. In 2008, Maynard opened No Excuses CrossFit Gym. In 2005, Maynard began training in mixed martial arts and was denied a fighter's license by the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission in 2007. In 2010, Maynard was the subject of a documentary film, A Fighting Chance, which focused on his MMA efforts. In 2011, it was announced that Maynard was planning to climb Mount Kilimanjaro on January 6, 2012. On January 15, 2012, Maynard became the first quadruple amputee to climb Mount Kilimanjaro without assistance by crawling 19,340 feet in just 10 days. I think that Kyle Maynard embraces the phrase "merit, not sympathy wins" because these are only a few things Kyle has accomplished without any arms or legs.
I want to thank these ladies for doing such a great job. We learned a lot about Blind Boone today, and I'm going to let them step up here center stage so that you can have a picture of some talented CPS students. Step up a little bit, just a little bit. And one more round of applause for Olivia, Avril, and Peter.
Good afternoon. My name is Clyde Ruffin. I am the president of the John William Boone Heritage Foundation, and it is such an honor to be here with you. Before I present awards to these extraordinary young women, I would like to just make a brief announcement, which is that this Friday we will have the final meeting with the architects who are finishing the designs for the complete restoration of the Blind Boone home. So it will happen, and it will be done when you come back next year. We want to express our sincere gratitude to teachers such as Ms. Sisson, who continue to keep the story of Blind Boone relevant for each generation of students that come through our Columbia Public Schools. Each year, a member of our board, Ms. Celestine Hayes, who is also a music teacher in the public schools, collects the essays from all the students who are inspired to write about their impression of Blind Boone's life. This year, the board received 25 entries from those students. And we met as a board, we read each entry, we write notes, we discuss each student, and we find that our students not only understand the significance of Blind Boone's life, but they are able to make personal connections from his story to the stories of many of the children that they have befriended in their schools and even in their own personal journeys as they strive to embody his motto, merit, not sympathy, wins. And so this year, every student received a certificate acknowledging their participation in the essay competition. These young ladies received special certificates earlier that designated them as the 3 winners. And so, out of our appreciation to the Columbia Visitors Bureau and Amy Schneider, we are able to present each of these young ladies with a special presentation today, a $50 gift card to Barnes & Noble in recognition of their extraordinary work. So thank you. For you. And so we thank you for your great work. You're wonderful young women. You've done a great job. We want to encourage you to just keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Let's give them another round of applause.